Hi everybody, welcome back to Will's Mountain Homestead. My name is Wendy. This is week 1 of the freezer clean out. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do for supper tonight. It is Sunday, so however many meals we get this week, we're going to use everything we can from the freezer. There are nights whenever we have soccer practice and stuff where it's tight, so we do go out to eat like everybody else. So we will not be filming anything for those evenings. But for tonight, this is supper. So I have 2 very large, these are called pork steaks. So I don't know, this is the second time we've done these. So I'm going to thaw these out and put them on the grill and smoke them for a while and then grill them for a couple minutes on each side. We're going to do baked potatoes and asparagus to go with this. We decided to change things up a little bit and make our potatoes into foil packets. So if you've never done this, we have garden potatoes and onions that we need to use up. So we're going to do everything on the grill tonight for supper. So you put potatoes, some onion, salt, pepper, and then a little bit of butter. We don't use a whole lot, but enough to keep it from sticking to the foil. And then just fold these up. Just like that. We're gonna sit these in one of these foil pans, just like that, in case it leaks out so we don't have a big mess in the grill. And these will cook for probably 10 more minutes than what the meat does, just so that we make sure the potatoes get done and cooked all the way through. Alright guys, this is dinner for night 1. We have pork steaks, potatoes and onions, and asparagus, all out of the freezer and the garden. Hi everybody, welcome back. Today is Monday, and it has been a busy morning. The weather is changing quickly here, and we had to pull all of our peppers out, so we got, I'd say, half of them done already. So we have that project to do today, which involves processing all of these, which we're just going to freeze, and then a whole basket of jalapenos. And we're going to use some of these for dinner tonight. We're going to make jalapeno poppers on the grill as a side dish for our ribs. So let me show you what we're making tonight. So I just pulled out a big slab of pork spare ribs. And these take up quite a lot of room in the freezer, so we're going to pull him out and eat him up tonight. And then we also freeze our bacon as well when we find it on sale. So we're going to use these to wrap our jalapenos in. We're going to do our ribs a little bit of a different way today. We're going to do them in the Instant Pot. And I like to put a little bit of mustard, just plain old yellow mustard on it. And I do this to both sides. And you are going to get messy. We're going to rub that in, and then I'm going to sprinkle on some Memphis style barbecue rub on top of the mustard. Okay, then we're gonna flip this and do it again on the other side. All right, now it's ready for the Instant Pot. So with a smaller rack, I usually just sit it straight up, but this one is just a little bit bigger. So I have it folded, kind of wrapped around, and I do not have the insert in the bottom. Now for liquid, we are just going to use beer that we have here at the house. So I'm using a Yingling, and I'm just going to pour that right in the bottom. And put our lid on. Okay, now for down here, we are going to do pressure cook, and we're going to do high pressure for, we're going to do this for 50 minutes. And then just do a natural release. I know it might seem a little bit long, but we like them to fall completely off the bone, and I'm not putting this in the broiler. So we will start that, and then we'll see you in 50 minutes. Okay, so we decided to slather some barbecue sauce on our ribs, and then we have our jalapeno poppers and some mashed potatoes. And tonight there is no vegetable because, let's just face it, the pepper can be the vegetable, maybe? I don't know. It is what it is, guys. It's supper. Welcome back, it's Wednesday, and I am wearing my snow hat because it's freezing outside and I keep having to go outside, so I'm just keeping it on. Tonight we are going to have taco soup, so I want to show you a quick and easy way to whip it up, and we're going to use a pan to brown our meat, and then we're going to flip it all into the Instant Pot. So let's get started. So we started out by chopping up 1 onion and 2 cloves of garlic, and also chopping up 1 bell pepper and 1 hot banana pepper. The meat we're using for this recipe is our deer burger that we have in our freezer. So we're going to first saute our onions and garlic and then throw our deer burger in with that. With a nice hot skillet, put your onions in, then add your garlic. Alright, then put in your deer meat, or whatever kind of meat you're using. It doesn't have to be deer, it could be ground chicken, ground beef, whatever. You want to cook this until it is completely cooked all the way through. And then you're going to drain it. There shouldn't be much grease off of this because it is deer meat. But if you're using beef or a higher fat content of meat, you're going to want the grease drained off of it. To our Instant Pot, we have added our ground deer meat, onions, and garlic. To that, we're going to add up our peppers. And then I'm using 2 full quarts of whole tomatoes with the juice in it. This is why we can, so that way we can use all of our garden produce all year round. We are going to add in 1 packet of taco seasoning mix, and I use the 25% less sodium pack just because there's so much salt in everything else. We're going to be adding a bouillon cube to this, and then if you put cheese on this whenever it's done, that has a lot of sodium in it too. So just trying to cut it down a little bit, but put this in there. And then you're going to need a can of kidney beans that is drained and a can of drained black beans. So there's our beans into the pot. We are also going to add 1 pint of tomato sauce. Out of the freezer, I'm telling you, we're getting rid of stuff here. I'm going to use a half of a small bag of whole kernel corn. Say that fast. Whole kernel corn. The last ingredient we're going to add is 1 cup of beef broth. I'm just going to use water and a bouillon cube because it is the same thing. Kind of, sort of. So that's what we're using. Give that a good stir. Now this Instant Pot did not come with the lid, but one of my lids from one of my other sets it fits. So we're going to use that, and we're just going to put it on slow cook. And I'm just going to set it for 4 hours. I will come through periodically and stir this from time to time just to make sure that nothing burns to the bottom or sticks. And when you're ready to serve it, I will show you how we like to eat this. All right, guys, here is our bowl of taco soup. We topped it with a little bit of cilantro, cheddar cheese, and sour cream. And then we also made cornbread. Now you can eat this with tortilla chips or whatever kind of chip that you like, but we have enough here for probably a couple of days worth of meals, so which is exciting because we love leftovers. So stay tuned for the next meal. All right, guys, it is Thursday, and I know I've said I've never bought ground beef in probably 6 years. That is true. This is from my grandmother's house. We had to clean out her freezer because she moved into an assisted living, and I acquired her beef. So we're gonna thaw out, I've got 6 patties here. We're gonna thaw these out and just make hamburgers out of these since they're already shaped into hamburger. And we're gonna have hamburgers and fries tonight for supper. So that's gonna be dinner tonight. Super simple and super easy. For the burgers, I have sprinkled on this prime rib rub that Traeger has. And I did that on both sides. And then I'm just gonna put these out on the grill and grill those up. And then I'm going to take 2 of our potatoes from the garden, make fries out of that, and then sprinkle on this seasoned salt. And then we're going to bake this at 425 for probably a half an hour or so until these get crispy. I do not use oil on my French fries, so this is a no oil recipe. Woohoo! Alrighty, guys, there you have it. We have a hamburger, French fries from potatoes from the garden, and then I did make some coleslaw with our last head of cabbage. Oh, so I will show you a recipe for that later. Alrighty, guys, that wraps up week 1 of our freezer clean out challenge. Tomorrow, which is Friday, we have leftovers. We're gonna have hamburgers with some taco soup, and Saturday we're going out to my parents' house for supper, which means I don't have to cook. So join us next week for week 2 and see if anything inspires you next week to help you clean out your freezer as well. Thank you for joining us, and please remember to click that like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Bye.